Well, the Pegula family didn't put a roof on this new stadium because they wanted to embrace the winter weather in Orchard Park. And we are expecting snow showers to move in, and honestly, that's probably how Bills Mafia wants it here at Highmark Stadium. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Buffalo Bills. On the Ravens side, their quarterback, Lamar Jackson. On the other side, it's Josh Allen. He comes in off a nice 3-touchdown performance in the victory a week ago. He is ready. You can just tell by looking at him. This crowd is electric. Fun, folks, here on EA Sports. Fun time of year, Halloween just a few days away, but right now we've got some football to play, and away we go. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coleman, the man in motion left. Allen going to fake the jet sweep and the handoff and look to throw. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. Hey, look at this Baltimore defense. They were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Blowing that play up, Roquan Smith as he gets the sack.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. And taken at the 46. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous. He had a couple of touchdowns on the ground in last week's game, so we'll see what they dial up for him for this one.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
The NFL's leading rusher in 2019 and 2020, Derrick Henry. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. to the first down marker as they stop him at the 19. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. Jackson will throw again. He'll buy some time right. For the second straight play, there's Lane. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The quick feet by Jackson. And the Ravens are going to have it 1st and goal as he'll take this down to about the 3.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Henry going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Jackson buying time to his left. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Zay Flowers, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Bills offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And he's been a real threat in the red zone and beyond. As you take a look at the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns by a QB, you'll notice he's worked his way into the top 5 at this point in the season. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. But you look at this defense. They currently sit at number 4 in the NFL in terms of stopping the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Setting up the screen for Cook. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now on to punt.
In punt formation for Buffalo.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them.
Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. They'll run it again with Henry. And shutting him off, now open field. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. And they get 17 more on that one and another 1st down.
17 yards. And the Raven 1st down.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. And as you can see, we knew it was cold enough for this, and now the snow has arrived. It started to fall. A 1st down carry for Henry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 63 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this 1st down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, They knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
So the completion good for 7 there. And that will bring up second down. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a first and goal.
At the 5-yard line.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry. That's career touchdown number 131, and it ties him with Chris Carter for number 8 on the all-time list. And the Ravens have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that'll make the score 14-0. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak. Plus, they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is. And let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that he spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
Now he fires deep for Shakir. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. To throw, it's Allen. That's taken in. It's Keon Coleman. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Ravens offense and Lamar Jackson set to take over once again. And he's been very impactful when using his legs this year, both when the pocket breaks down and by design. You notice his name sits near the top when looking at the league leaders in rushing yards by a quarterback. Bradley Chubb there on the tackle. From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6. And he'll get this across the 40 and up to about the 42-yard line. They'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Jackson now. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Still going inside the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. 58 yards. And the Ravens take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point safely through. And that makes the score 21-0. Scoring summary. 3-play drive. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Ball on the 27. Here's a 2nd and 7. To the air. Allen. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Cook. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Mike Green coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. The Bills send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking it about the 36. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Again, it's Henry. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
30-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
This time Jackson will throw it. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Jackson. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
Jackson. And Walker has it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And that hits off the left upright, and it caroms away, no good. And the lead will hold at 3 touchdowns.
One of the few things that hasn't gone right in this first half. They had a chance there for late points, but this one winds up off the mark.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott. Well, we're getting a little break from the weather right now. We're told it might not last long, so we'll enjoy it while we can as we get the third quarter underway here. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And it's a pretty good return here as they'll get this up to the 29. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing is Jackson. Rolling to his right. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Tenth carry now for Derrick Henry. Escapes the defender. And he's got this down to the 35. 97 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
First down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. And his fine afternoon on the ground continues. That last run going to put him over 100 yards for the ball game. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against them throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. A handoff, running left, Henry. And he'll get about 5 here, so he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Here's Jackson to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. On the counter, it's Henry. Down at the 2. Broke through the first contact, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll give Henry another shot. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up fourth. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
Try to wedge his way in there, no signal. I don't think he got there. He didn't. So following the failed try on fourth down, we'll change ends and change possession. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They start the drive with Cook. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line.
On the play brings up 2nd and 10 at the 2-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 10. In his own end zone, it's Allen. Got it complete to Khalil Shakir. And they'll get him down up past the 15. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him, 15 big yards. So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. On play action, Allen. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
And taken right at the 35. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Ravens offense and Derrick Henry set to take over once more. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And a pretty good burst there as they get this across midfield and down to the 46. 126 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Well, that carry just did something significant as well. It pushed him past Jerome Bettis on the NFL all-time rushing list. The bus had 13,662.
And not every carry you get in the NFL is going to be open field, right? A place you can make your cuts. You got to get some of those grimy yards, don't you? You got to go inside and run through people, just as Jerome Bettis did.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter. On his loop for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
Ravens 28.
So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. Pushing his way through. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
The 21-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now 2nd and 9. Now Allen. Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Allen off the play fake. Finding Shakir across the formation. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Play action. Now it's Allen. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Mike Green able to record his 5th sack of the season. On play action, Allen into the hands of the tight end, Dalton Kincaid.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
First down and goal to go.
So the final seconds tick away in this ball.